Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kakasungura YouTube channel. As usual, I will never get tired to thank each and every one of you for your continued support. May God really bless you abundantly. If you're watching this video and if you love my content, just click the subscribe button and remember to turn on your notification bell. Maybe to get my political comments, go to my Facebook page, Rogers Kakasungura. Once you're on Facebook, just search Rogers Kakasungura. If you come across a page where I'm operating a laptop and my cover photo is a quote from the book of Psalm, then definitely that is me. Like and follow. You know, YouTube is limited in terms of making text comments. So that is where I will be making my political comments starting today. Back to the Kenyan politics, ladies and gentlemen. From my own observation, there are a few things I have come to learn. And this is my personal opinion. You are at liberty to agree or disagree with me, because after all, it's my own view of things. I have come to realize that in this government, the only sober man remaining is Mudavadi, the new prime minister. The reasoning from Mudavadi is on another level. Mudavadi reasons maturely and as a leader. I think as we speak, William Ruto could be regretting why he never picked Mudavadi as his deputy. Because if he did so, then we could be witnessing an upright government. The kind of confusion in the Kenya Kwanza government is wanting. And it will require a competent deputy president to put everything in order, because the deputy president is the immediate helper of the president. Now that we have a touring president, Rigathi remains a mother to take care of the children, to guide them, give them food and show them the way. In a family whereby a father travels a lot and you find that children have gone out of the family tradition, then definitely you know the woman in that house is not up to the task. When we find the members of the cabinet who do not understand their roles, the cabinet secretaries who are confused, cabinet secretaries who are colliding with others. But anyway, I have been reading the comments on this platform, and confusion has been a prayer for the Azimio supporters. They have really been praying that God to send a spirit of confusion in this government. I don't know if it's their prayers being answered. That one I cannot substantively say. But then I can say to an extent, maybe God is answering their prayers. Ladies and gentlemen, I have listened to Mudavadi for the shortest time he has been in the government on matters pertaining governance. And I can bet this man is worth it. You can agree or disagree with me. In several times, Mudavadi has rectified Rigathi Gachagua. He has corrected the deputy president. There is a time, and even today, our deputy president thinks that their non-performing efforts is because of Raila Odinga. When they were campaigning, they felt that the problems in government is as a result of Raila Odinga. They are still in government today as we speak, but still Rigathi Gachagua and our president strongly believe that even their failure to deliver in 100 days is because of Raila. Then you wonder, what kind of minds are this? Then you remember what Mudavadi told Rick G. Mudavadi stood in public and told Rick G, with all due respect, the time for campaigns are over. If we dwell on blame games, we will not deliver what we promised Kenyans. Let us not lay emphasis on blame games. The ball is in our court. It's high time we begin to play. Now, recently, Moses Kuria made remarks on GMO, and he gave farmers 72 hours to sell their maize, or else the government will go ahead and import the maize. Roadside declarations, childish utterances, I call them, and I have no apology to make. Ladies and gentlemen, from the statement, it sounded like a threat to farmers. With all due respect, how can you give farmers 72 hours to sell the maize? Honestly speaking. And you are a person we should trust to guide them. And by the way, Moses Kuria has never been a minister for agriculture. Moses Kuria is a minister of trade. So there are some issues he should keep off. Or else I can comfortably say he doesn't know his boundaries in this government. It's not only Moses Kuria who doesn't know his boundaries. Look at Aisha Juma. Aisha Juma goes to Kilifi, restores this Komatanga, and gives orders to the police. As who? Yet we have the Minister for Interior, Kindiki. Now, I like how Mudavadi was reasoning on GMO. And whatever Mudavadi said was Ruto's point of view 13 years ago when he was a minister for agriculture. And by then Raila Odinga was the prime minister. Mudavadi said, constitutionally, what we're supposed to do is the experts from the Ministry of Agriculture, not from the Ministry of Trade. I want you to get this. Mudavadi is reasoning like a competent leader. He is telling this nation that, you know what I like with Mudavadi? It doesn't fear whether Ruto will do this, doesn't fear whether Reggie will. As long as he believes that whatever he's saying is true to what is supposed to be done, he he actually puts it bare without fear. I like him. I'm beginning to love this man. No wonder Ruto is shifting to the Western. I now begin to understand where William Ruto is shifting and punishing the people from the mountain, and is slowly beginning to shift towards the Western region. And by the time Ruto is done in 2027, I am saying this from what I'm saying, expect a deputy president in 2027 from Western Kenya. But before that, now Mudavadi is correcting Moses Kuria and telling him, look, though he never addressed him directly, but from the sentiments you can tell he is directly addressing Moses Kuria. He said, listen, young man, you know, if the government wants to import maize, there are due procedures it's supposed to follow before it imports the maize. Procedure number one, Mudavadi is telling Kenyans that for us as the government to start importing maize, number one, we must have a meeting and a forum done by the experts from the Ministry of Agriculture. They do a research, then come up with a report. They table is and tell us, as far as we are concerned, from the report we are from the ground, as experts, Kenya consumes this number of tons in a year. Our farmers in this country are able to produce this number of tons. Then we have a deficit of this number of tons. If at all the farmers cannot fill that gap, then the bill is moved to Parliament, and then from there, the government is given a go-ahead to import the maize. Then now you have a CS who goes to a funeral, is given a mic, and does a roadside declaration without any consultation, without, yani you wonder, what kind of government is this? But ladies and gentlemen, I said I can render my consultancy services for free without pay. Ladies and gentlemen, before I move further, can we listen first to what Mudavadi said on GMO? This is his sentiments.
Kumekuwa na swala la uagizaji wa mahindi wa GMO pia. Je, pengine kama serikali imefikia wapi kufikia sasa kutoka na mpango huo?
Kile ningependa tu ni kusema kwamba tukienda mbele, Wizara ya Kilimo itajitangaza zaidi kuhusu mambo ya kuagiza chakula kutoka nje. Ningependa tu kusaidia kueleza kwa umma, to the public, kwamba wakati serikali inataka kuagiza mahindi, lazima tuwe na statistics zetu, tuone kwamba projection ya local farmers ambao wanakuza mahindi, what is the expected production ya wale wakulima. Alafu tunachukua statistics kuhusu what is the consumption of maize in the country. Okay? Then once you have that data, kwamba una zile statistics za wale wanakuza mahindi, watavuna kiasi gani, Wakenya nao wanahitaji kiasi gani kujilisha, alafu tunaangalia hiyo gap, na hiyo gap ndio sasa wataalamu wa kilimo watatutangazia vizuri, alafu ndio tutajua ni kiasi gani cha mahindi tunaweza kuagiza kutoka nje.
Asante sana.
Now you've clearly heard what Mr. Mudavadi has said. He has explained it the way the Constitution does it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, 13 years ago, when William Ruto was the Minister for Agriculture, and I remember very well, by then Raila Odinga was the Prime Minister, the position Mr. Mudavadi is holding now, how things are going, is a riddle to me. I cannot be able to explain. Now, 13 years ago, William Ruto was in the position of a minister. And then he is telling Kenyans that, you know, until we agree to have GMO in this country, there is no GMO. Who agrees? Relevant stakeholders. Until they come together, they sit and agree, there will be no GMO. That is William Ruto's sentiments 13 years ago. Then now, William Ruto is not the president. They want to import maize out of their own mind, out of their own decision, without consulting the relevant stakeholders as the Constitution requires. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Now, it's coming to my realization from that explanation. In fact, I am going to do this in a separate video to explain to you this. But then let me tell you this. From what I'm witnessing, it's like the president is setting the people from the mountain, amenyamanza, and he's setting them to make mistakes. Listen to me clearly. Ruto is the president. 13 years ago, he was telling Kenyans there will be no GMO until we agree as a nation. Today, the president, William Ruto is the president, and he has allowed Moses Kuria to go ahead to import maize without even consulting the Ministry of Agriculture. Then he is quiet. He's not talking about it. What does this tell you? Ruto is setting a trap for Moses Kuria. Ladies and gentlemen, this is William Ruto's clip 13 years ago. Can we listen to him?
Until we are agreed as a country that we can have GMO, we will not have GMO. Until we develop our own local varieties using our own local expertise.
Lastly, as I conclude, I want to say this. You do not need rocket science to know what is happening in this government. You do not need a political analyst to explain to you what is really happening in this government. On Sunday, that is I think yesterday or Saturday, I cannot clearly recall, the newspaper, the Daily Nation newspaper had a headline: tension in State House between the president and his deputy. You do not need experts to explain to you what Ruto is doing for the people of the mountain. Ruto is setting up Rigiji. Ruto is setting up Moses Kuria. On the other side, he has put Mudavadi to correct them in public. He has put himself Mudavadi to paint these people as ignorant. The people lack expertise. The people, anyway, let me do that in the next video so that you properly understand it. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. See you in the next video.